Welcome back, everybody, to the channel. It's me, Alejandro Mendoza, or the Nerd Chicano. Either way how you say it, it's all good here. And we're back again for another video as we look at another film in my collection. And today we're talking about one of my favorite movies of all time, the Criterion Collection's release of Mulholland Drive from director David Lynch on 4K Ultra HD. I hope all of y'all are doing well, my friends. I hope that you all have been enjoying the videos as much as I've been enjoying making them. And I'm happy to be able to talk about this film today. It's one of my favorite movies of all time, and I'm just glad that I'm able to get through some of these Criterions that I purchased on the Criterion Barnes & Noble sale in July. And let me know what you all have been watching as of late by talking to me in the comments. If you've seen this movie from director David Lynch, if you have this, let's talk in the comments. I want to go ahead and interact with you all. If you're new here and you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. Click that notification bell so you don't miss a single piece of content that drops on the channel, and leave a like on this video, please, you all. It would help me out so much. And of course, if you want to lend an extra helping hand and you're feeling generous, I do have a Patreon set up over at patreon.com/nerdchicano, where you can get early access to videos just like the one you're watching right now, along with cool stuff like video essays and other goodies. It isn't mandatory, but it is appreciated. Either way, I am thankful that you all get to watch these videos. I'm thankful that you all talk with me, and just thankful for this small little community that I'm growing with you all. And of course, it isn't mandatory, but it is appreciated. Now, let's go ahead and talk about this incredible film from the surreal director, David Lynch. So let me go ahead and read from the back here, and then we can go ahead and get to the packaging. A love story in the city of dreams. Blonde Betty Elms, played by Naomi Watts, has only just arrived in Hollywood to become a movie star when she meets an enigmatic brunette with amnesia, played by Laura Herring. Meanwhile, as the two set off to solve the second woman's identity, filmmaker Adam Kesher, played by Justin Theroux, runs into ominous trouble while casting his latest project. David Lynch's seductive and scary vision of Los Angeles' dream factory is one of the true masterpieces of the new millennium, a tale of love, jealousy, and revenge like no other. Included in this special edition from Criterion Collection is a new 4K digital restoration supervised by director David Lynch and director of photography Peter Deming, with 5.1 surround DTS HD master audio soundtrack on the 4K Ultra HD disc, and a 1 4K Ultra HD disc of the film presented in Dolby Vision HDR and HDR10 compatible, and 1 Blu Ray with the film and special features. Interviews from 2015 with Lynch, Deming, actors Naomi Watts, Justin Theroux, and Laura Herring, composer Angelo Badalamenti, production designer Jack Fisk, and casting director Johanna Ray. On-set footage, deleted scene, trailer, plus an interview with Lynch from the 2005 edition of filmmaker and writer Chris Rodley's book Lynch on Lynch. This film comes in at spine number 779, and this is the front of the packaging. This is the back. And then you just take off this slip from the digipack. And the inside is blue, from what you can tell there. I think that's good right there, yeah. And then this is the front, from the mysterious key, and then the back of it. And then you just open it up, and you have the booklet. I'll show you that right now, guys. But you have the cowboy here, and this just opens up like this. And you have the 4K Ultra HD disc and the Blu Ray disc right there. And then of course you have the booklet here with that excerpt from the 2005 book, and you have some art, and you have so like art like this from the film. This is the front of the booklet, this is the back. And then like I said, you have the excerpt from the book, and then you also have transfer notes and acknowledgements, special thanks, and all the other wonderful jazz that's included here from the Criterion Collection in these booklets. But this right here is a booklet, not a pamphlet, but a booklet, because it actually has enough to be considered a booklet to me. And yeah, looks pretty cool, guys. And of course, oh, I love this one here of Rebecca Del Rio in there. So yeah, but pretty cool booklet. And of course, the background here, you just need to take off the 4K Ultra HD disc, and you have Club Silencio. Pretty cool. But that's it for the packaging for this edition of Mulholland Drive from the Criterion Collection. This is a movie that I've seen over and over and over again. I think this is my 5th or 4th time I watched this, so I don't really have a lot to say that I haven't already said before, but I will say this. I love telling this story. When I first watched this movie, I thought it was okay. I didn't really understand a lot of what Lynch was saying, but I thought it was fine. And that was actually in my film noir class back in my second university. And then I rewatched it for another class, and I thought I didn't like it. I didn't like this movie. And then I rewatched it for my podcast review with Brad a long time ago on the Nerdcore, and I finally understood what was happening, and I fell in love with this movie. And now rewatching it a 4th time, the 4th time I watched it with my friends. I rewatched it with my friends during our when we finished wrapping my short film. We watched it together, and I fell in love with it even more. And now on my 5th watch, I have to say, this really is one of my favorite movies of all time. I love this movie from David Lynch. Now, I'm going to go ahead and let you all in a little secret. This is my next video essay for the Patreon. I'm going to actually give my thoughts on this film. I'm going to give you all what I believe is happening in this film. But without going too much into that, because I think that that's just a huge conversation in and of itself, I think that Mulholland Drive is a clever neo-noir that really uncovers the beauty but also the mystery of Los Angeles. I love the performances here from Laura Herring and Naomi Watts, Justin Theroux. There are some silly parts of this movie like Billy Ray Cyrus, but I think that it's all part of this charm to the movie that is crafted incredibly by Mr. David Lynch. The music by Badalamenti is groundbreaking. One of the best scores I've ever heard. The cinematography is beautiful. The themes and just the way that it carries itself through this runtime, it makes it feel like something that you're able to easily digest while also keeping an interest into what he's trying to say. It's not easy to craft a film like this. I think that that's why a lot of people are kind of, a little bit on the skeptical side with this film, and some people love it or they hate it, because it's just not easy to craft a movie like this. But once you really sink your teeth in there and you really do start to feel what David Lynch is trying to pour out of this screen, it's just marvelous. This movie has one of my favorite, and I would say that is probably the best sex scene I've ever seen in a film. That scene is what truly separates art from content, and I think that it truly shows on screen how beautifully you're able to capture love and intimacy like that. And it's a movie that I always love rewatching. It's a movie that just always surprises me, and I just can never get over so many of these scenes, especially my favorite scene in this movie, when they go to Club Silencio and they listen to Rebecca Del Rio sing that beautiful song, and it always makes me get teary-eyed and it makes me get goosebumps. It's just, this movie's magical, guys. I think it's an incredible movie. It's magical, and it does something that a lot of movies don't do, and it is, to me, a great movie. But it's great because it made me switch my thoughts on it 3 times, where I thought it was okay, where I thought I didn't like it, and where I just fell in love with it, and I truly understood this masterpiece by Mr. David Lynch. This isn't the first 4K announced by the Criterion Collection, but this technically is the first 4K announced without any problems. As we look back, Citizen Kane had some problems with the Blu Ray, but this was the first 4K that did not have to be sent back if you guys cared about the Blu Ray. Now, I watched this on my 4K Panasonic player on my TCL 4K TV, and I listened to the audio through my TV speakers, and I have to say, I love the way that this film looks. I watched the Blu-ray of this, I watched this on streaming, I watched a DVD of this, so I've been able to see different, restorations of what they looked like on Mulholland Drive, and I have to say on 4K is the best that it's ever looked. I was pleasantly surprised with the contrast, the black and white levels, and especially the highlights and how much all of those aspects were heightened by the 4K resolution and the detailing in it. I was just enthralled into the visual masterpiece that is David Lynch's Mulholland Drive on this disc. It's magnified by this great video restoration, and it's transferred to 4K. The Blu-ray already looked marvelous. On 4K Ultra HD, this is a treat like no other. I think that it truly is one of the best works that's been released by the Criterion Collection on 4K. I think it looks stellar, and you really can't ask for more when all of those colors are popping on your screen, especially when it's like dark and you think that there's no way that this can look visually appealing. But that is not the case in this film. It looks great, even in the scenes where you would think that there's not a lot to pull out there from this transfer. David Lynch's Mulholland Drive on 4K just proves you ultimately wrong. The audio sounds great. It is balanced. There's no popping, no hissing, no scratching, nothing that I would say is too distracting. Of course, I'm not going to be able to listen to this exactly the way that I would like to be able to listen to it, but from what I am able to get from it, it sounds great. And I love the way that the music plays a role in this film, and the way that it is really a big part of this movie, and the way it was coming out of my speakers, it sounded so pleasing and so well transferred. But of course, it has a lot of good special features in here too. I love the packaging. I know that, with these 4Ks, they usually don't change up the covers, and they pretty much just add the disc into this, and they just don't do anything of a big difference. But I love this cover on Mulholland Drive from the Criterion Collection. So I love the packaging, love the film, love the video and audio, and I like the amount of special features in here. So for $25 during the Criterion Barnes & Noble sale in November, you really can't ask for much, guys. This is a great deal, and it is a great transfer and a great movie with a good amount of special features. So I highly recommend you pick this up during the Criterion Barnes & Noble sale during this month. I'm finally caught up on my videos, so I will go ahead and catch you all next time on another video as we talk about another film in my collection. But of course, make sure you follow me on social media at The Nerdy Chicano on Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, Letterboxd, Serialized, and on TikTok. I'm the same handle on all of those, and it would be very much appreciated if we get to interact with each other over there. Check out the Nerdcore by checking out thenerdcore.com. Twitch and YouTube is at the Nerdcore. Go support us over there, guys. We would really appreciate it. We've been doing a lot of hard work and making some good podcasts and been reviewing some really good movies. For now, this is goodbye, my friends, but I will see you all in the next one. But in the meantime, to my wonderful cinephiles and renowned scholars, celebrate the love of cinema today, tomorrow, and every day after. Catch you all in the next one, guys. Bye-bye.